Well, it's Sunday afternoon and welcome to at Senior Mash, talking Rugby Union. And the feedback I'm getting is that I'm certainly looking at rugby through a different lens. So let's hope that continues. If you like it, please subscribe. The work on Substack is varied, but to date focused really on rugby and local history, with a sporting twist, I might add. Just finished watching England-Samoa Rugby League. Thanks BBC, very good coverage. Enjoyed it. And welcome to all those who are listening or watching Senior Mash for the first time. You can like, you can share with friends, you can give me your comments. You can catch up with me on the YouTube channel of Talking Rugby Union. And again, if you like that, do subscribe. There's some great video on there going back, or at least 10 years, and featuring some fantastic National League and University rugby. Substack for me is very much a journey, and this is the logo by which I am recognised on Substack. At the moment, not that many people recognise me. I haven't got thousands of subscribers, but they are growing and I'm getting some great feedback. So thanks to all of you. And I continue my journey to write and to, as I say, give some commentary on things around me that are particularly sports related. So back to Rugby Union and Talking Rugby Union. For the second Saturday on the run, I was at Sedgley Park Tigers, Park Lane, for a National 1 encounter with Black Heath. As you can tell, I do like live Rugby Union, and I take the opportunity to watch from many different angles around the ground. One of the advantages of going watching National 1 rugby, you're not restricted to one seat. And I take some videos. And here's Ollie Glass on his 150th appearance for Sedgley, dinging one into the corner. Well done, Ollie. Great achievement. Real club man down there at Park Lane. The game was very much a game in which Sedge looked like they were going to get on top early on. Good try there from skipper Matt Riley. And the feeling I had was very much deja vu from last week, where it was Plymouth that took the first 10 minutes. And this weekend, it was Sedgley. But you never really felt that they had that complete dominance, that they were going to put the game to bed. Good crowds, as you can see, all around the ground, and the spirit of the game was excellent. Start of the second half, and remember from last week, I talked about the shift in energy. Well, there was a definite shift in energy at the start of the second half. It went away from Sedgley very quickly, and Black Heath positioned themselves to really dominate the second half. Did Sedge switch off? Interesting point. The very last play of the first half, Black Heath really surprised Sedge down the left flank and could quite easily have scored a try. when they came out at the start of the second half, there was a definite purpose to their play. And you can see here, lucky bounce, but well taken, and slipping through a variety of tackles to score under the posts. That really was the first 90 seconds of the second half, and that would take Black Heath to 19-12, having gone in all square at half time. Now, despite the fact Sedge were the losing team, I continued to follow the progress of the winger Reece Henderson, who managed to score a hat-trick. And certainly, as I read through the rugby papers today, it took the plaudits for that hat-trick. Here he is, dotting down on the left flank. And then by some amazing camera work, he dots down on the right flank. Well done, Reece. Great effort. Well-deserved hat-trick. But it wasn't only an impressive performance by Black Heath down at Sedgley Park Tigers. I was thrilled to see this comment on Twitter. Thanks to Tom and Mark for excellent commentary for the Sedgley Tigers versus Black Heath 1858 game. The best I've seen yet. Lots of appreciative club fans who couldn't make the journey today. Good luck until we meet you later in the year. Tom Markham and Joe Barnes-Taylor doing some very good coverage of games at Sedgley Park, and thoroughly enjoyed their post-match interviews with James Shanahan, Black Heath's coach, and Ollie Glass on his 150th appearance. So well done, Tom and Joe. I've seen some good crowds watching rugby this week, and that's to be encouraged. It was a great day at Park Lane. Plenty of people mingling around the ground, in the hospitality, in the stands. It was well attended, and just flicking through the rugby paper this morning, some good attendances elsewhere in National 1 and National 2. So well done to National League Rugby, particularly the review show that Chris Heel fronts up. If you've not had the chance, get onto YouTube, have a look at that National League Rugby review show. It's excellent. And again, where there is good live streaming, let people know about it, and let's share that experience with others. No doubt in my mind that at National 1 level, there's a real understanding that defending in the middle of the pitch is so important. If you can create penalties in the middle of the pitch, you can get to within 5 metres of the opposition's try line, create a line out and drive that maul over for a try. Well worked, unstoppable, and pretty obvious to me that that's a number one tactic for so many clubs in National 1. And as I say, well done to those try scorers across the leagues. You really do make a difference, and you can still grab the headlines even if you're on the wrong side of a result. So it's week 8 of my Substack adventure, Talking Rugby Union, and I've seen plenty this week. So let's just take a quick look at the eye-catching results from Talking Rugby Union. There's obviously the Sedgley Park Black Heath result, and you've seen some live footage. Good game, well played both teams, and both teams, in my opinion, are worthy of Tier 2 or Tier 3 status. Saracens played Leicester. Got the chance to take a look at this on the TV and did think it was a very interesting game for so many reasons. Started off really because one of my favourites, Tom Whiteley, started at scrum half for Leicester. Good to be back, good to see him back, and I thought he really worked hard in the first 60 minutes before being replaced by the evergreen Ben Youngs. And I'm also reminded that Saracens really had to dig deep into their resources and fielded a team that was very strong, very well drilled. I enjoyed their commitment, and truthfully that game could have gone either way. Two teams that I'll be there at the end of the season without a shadow of a doubt. Meanwhile, I have a thought for Devonport Services. Mammoth journey north to play Macclesfield. On Macclesfield's travels to the southwest, they've really struggled. I think it's a huge commitment, that amount of travelling to play a game on a Saturday afternoon. So well done Macclesfield getting the win at home. And to what extent this level of travel is distorting results, I've got to start questioning, and hopefully a better statistician than myself will send me the data so that we can talk about it on a later occasion. Owen Farrell scores his first try for Racing 92 against Perpignan. That was good to see. Perpignan's a great rugby place. Obviously, they love their Rugby Union, but they've also got the Super League team, Catalan Dragons. If you've ever been, Perpignan is a great place to visit, and it's so close to the Spanish border. It's just truly wonderful. The cuisine, everything about it is a great place. So whether you love Rugby Union or you love Rugby League, get to Perpignan and watch some live rugby. And I had to show the Glasgow Warriors result. You know that one of my soft spots is Johnny Matthews. Gotta confess, I was a little surprised he wasn't in the Scotland squad. But he put that behind him, and guess what? He was a try scorer. So that's well done, Glasgow Warriors over there in South Africa. I've continued to research newspaper articles and archives around the UK, looking for interesting stories about my local history, about my local cricket club, about my local football club, about my local rugby clubs. And it really is becoming quite a fascination. There's some great resources, and I'm going to carry on writing about what I find, and I hope you'll join me. You'll subscribe, you'll like, you'll comment, you'll share with friends. And for me, one of the interesting things, whether I look at articles from the 1800s or current day, is the pride that sports clubs have in their current and former players' achievements. And it's wonderful to see the acknowledgements that they're able to do, whether it be on the walls of their clubhouses, nowadays on their websites. Keep it going. Don't lose that history. And as I say, great to see Tom Whiteley start for Leicester. Got such good memories of Tom coming up to the Northwest as a 16, 17-year-old to play Rugby Sevens at the Scottish Sevens tournament. And got to say, one of the most impressive sevens players I have ever seen, and still can't quite understand that he never got into the England or GB Sevens mix. Tom, good to see you back, and good luck for the rest of the season. Well, he's at it again. He's scoring tries, Johnny Matthews. And yes, it's him again. Glasgow Warriors, Johnny Matthews, with his side's first try of the match. Just can't stop scoring. Even the BBC now featuring Johnny on their rugby coverage. Johnny Matthews heads for the Stormers line en route to scoring for Glasgow Warriors. Well done, the BBC. And was this or was this not a story? I'm not sure. Franco Smith had his say on Johnny Matthews' omission from the Scotland squad. I couldn't really find much about that. If anyone has anything, message me, let me know. I'm very interested. Johnny, just keep playing the way you're doing. It brings joy to people's heart. And from many of us that were at the game at Sedgley Park at the weekend, you have our highest regard. Keep it going. Well done. And some interesting things happening on social media. I mean, Alex Lowe. Well done, Alex. England can't actually select a Test 15 from the 17 players who have been awarded a central contract. Wow, what's that about? And none of their tight head props are deemed a core member of the squad. It seems odd to me that you've not got a tight head prop that you're investing in the future with. We need to keep an eye on this. There's no doubt Dan Cole can really perform. But who else? What is the future? Need to have a look at this. Any thoughts? Message me, please. And just a tweet that I picked up. I don't know this person, but when I see lovely to pop into Folkestone RFC, lovely to see familiar faces, enjoy friendly, welcoming atmosphere with 5-year-old daughter. This is what I love about rugby. That's what we all love about rugby. So if you're close to a rugby ground, pop down, say hello, have a look what's going on. It's a great environment to be in. And I thought, wow, that's the way to celebrate being man of the match. Pint in hand. And elsewhere in National League Rugby, Lim going about their business very steadily. 8 from 8, top of the league. Well done, Lim. And I noticed that last week Charlie Clare brought up 100 games for Leicester. Great achievement. I first came across Charlie probably 2007, 2008, playing North of England under 16s. Real solid hooker. And so good to see him having this success at Leicester. And yep, one more favourite to talk about, and that's Mike Haley. And with Munster over in South Africa, they didn't get the result, but good to see Mike still scoring tries. And there's two codes of rugby, as we all know. There's the Rugby Union and the Rugby League, and I was interested to see the rugby club in Ljubljana, Slovenia, actually talking about a rugby player from Wakefield Trinity for training their youth teams. Great to see that expertise being shared in developing nations. So well done to all involved in Slovenia. And here's one for me that really made me smile. Blackpool Borough Rugby League Club Wow. Why did that make me smile? Well, it made me smile because in about 1979, the new landlord of the Hesketh Arms in Rufford was a Blackpool Borough Rugby League player. And for the life of me, when I saw this on Facebook, I was excited, but I've not been able to track down the name of that landlord. It might reoccur in some of my writings on Substack. And from a sport and history perspective this week, it couldn't go any further than 1858 and Black Heath rugby. And there's such great resource on Black Heath's website. If you get a chance, go and have a look at it. Well worth it. They really are proud of their history. And it's interesting for me that they started as Black Heath Proprietary School and started playing rugby on the Heath in 1858. They did not have an official secretary or treasurer until 1862, and matches would be arranged on an ad hoc basis. Well, most of the research I'm doing around local cricket, local football, local rugby does point to that sort of 1830s to 1860s. There being the start of some formal leagues, but generally they're ad hoc games and they're not always documented. So you've got to piece these together. The other thing that struck me when I wound through the Black Heath website was some great archive photographs, this one from 1862, and showing some very advanced rugby tops, in my opinion. It does make you wonder how we got to those heavy cotton shirts if you look at what these lads were wearing. And the other point to make is the club are so proud of their club legends and they feature them on the website. It's something that really warmed my heart to see that the club continues to celebrate players. And let's face it, the players really put so much on the line every week for us as spectators and fans to watch and enjoy. So if you're a club out there, do celebrate your players and your club legends. And as ever, massive thanks to talkingrugbyunion.co.uk, ncarugby.com, letting me use your resources and helping me amplify my work via your Facebook and your YouTube. You don't just have to subscribe to @SeniorMash. Do subscribe, however, to National League Rugby and Talking Rugby Union. They do a fantastic job for rugby at tier 2, 3 and 4 levels, and they need to be amplified, and it's people like us that can help them amplify their voice, their content, their expertise, their passion and their love for rugby union. So thank you very much.